Okay, welcome back. This is my thoughts on the Ghostbusters trailer, and I gotta say, wow, this movie. I don't know how it's gonna play out because they're doing something that was done 30 years ago. That many years been a decade since they were doing something like that, and now what the hell? They did this with Ninja Turtles because Hollywood likes to friggin' crap on everyone's childhood, and that's a fact. Because they've been doing that for so damn long, it's not even funny with Hollywood. They've been ruining movie concepts because they don't have anything of their own. They have an idea how to do it because they're ruining it. They're gonna. They waited for so long to make a Ghostbusters movie. Why? Why wait so long? You could have had a Ghostbusters movie in the 2000s. You got Ghostbusters 3 or 4. Yeah, they could have had 2 or 3 sequels by now. But if they really wanted to do it, they could have got guys in there. They brought in women, but how is that gonna? How are the women gonna be in the film? People disliked the trailer because the trailer wasn't all that great. Because with the original Ghostbusters movies, you had good dialogue, good humor, and overall, it was a good. They were good movies. So I don't know how this is gonna play out because just look at the trailer. The dislikes are galore. How is that gonna play out? The trailer was not even all that great. You got Slimer in there, okay. You got a bunch of other characters because it's trying to. They're probably going to have cameos of the original Ghostbusters, probably for the ones that are still alive. But Harold Ramis, he's not going to be in the movie because he passed away. So they waited too long to make a Ghostbusters movie. They could have had all 4 of them in there too, but no, they took their sweet ass time and make one. And if this was the best they're gonna do, don't bother. Just don't bother. Seriously, don't fucking bother with it. Leave it be. Leave Ghostbusters franchise rested because leave it alone because the last good Ghostbusters thing was the video game on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation system. That was the good thing. It was like Ghostbusters. It was like the third Ghostbusters movie because it's good. It was a good game for the Xbox and PlayStation. The Ghostbusters video game that came out. That's gonna be the last thing you see Harold Ramis in. It was that game because that game was a very good game, very good gameplay, and you actually felt like you were a Ghostbuster. You were playing as a new rookie, but still, it was a good game. It was very good. But How is the Ghostbusters remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it? How is that gonna be good? How is that gonna hold up? It's not gonna hold up because it's gonna be probably one of those generic comedy films that's gonna be forgotten in a couple of years. Like, oh, okay, things are these days. Things people and not people, but Hollywood directors don't know what to do because they're just throwing their hands up like this. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make a movie. You know, it's a shame too because there's some great concepts and great ideas for movies. They have to make their own stuff. They can't rely on older franchises to make their point across. They have to be creative. They have to make something new of their own. Be original. Because right now you're doing stuff that people grew up with and you're just crapping all over it. You're crapping over source material that was the films of the past. Because Ghostbusters came out in the 80s or so, I believe, around that timeline. It was 30 years ago. Ghostbusters, the 2 Ghostbusters movies are better than the friggin' reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it, because it's technically not good because, the thing is we live in a world where we're politically correct and we have to be careful what we say because we can't live in a world where, okay, we do good things and that there are people saying, oh, guys are sexist. No. If they're going to not put, if they're going to put women in there and it's going to be like that, I don't think so. Don't bother. Just put 4 guys in there if you're going to reboot it, 4 funny comedians or 4 people with acting experience, period, and put them in that Ghostbuster movie if they want to revitalize it. But still, why make a Ghostbusters reboot? Why? Is it really worth it? Like, you're destroying things that people enjoy, and you're just friggin', you're stepping all over it. Because these Hollywood directors like, oh, screw the haters. Listen, you guys gotta come up with better ideas and stop shitting on everyone's childhood. Stop it. You come up with better ideas and come up with better stuff. You have to be original. Use your thoughts. You got a brain, use it. Because today, people don't use their brain. Because today's music friggin' pollutes their mind. And other stuff there of things that today pollutes their mind. Because I don't know how that movie, that Ghostbusters reboot's gonna hold up. I don't know how that's gonna hold up, because if you got the first two Ghostbuster movies, watch those. You know, play the video game, because that is good. Better than the NES video game. Play the Xbox 360 and PlayStation version of the video game. You know, if you want something good, you have to know what you want, because right now we live in a world where things are not good. Ghostbusters, you just need to leave it alone. If you can't have that, just leave it be. Leave it alone there. Leave it alone. You don't need to friggin', do stuff to it and ruin the franchise, because the franchise Ghostbusters is good. There was a good video game that came out, good movies. There was friggin' toys. There was cartoons. There was a lot of stuff that came with Ghostbusters, because Ghostbusters was a big part of people's childhood. A part of their childhood, that people that are in their 30s and 40s and 20s, they grew up with that stuff because they enjoyed what was offered to them, because it was good stuff and it was something that was interesting. But now, what I gotta say is, all I gotta say is, this is Killer J. I hope you enjoyed this rant, my thoughts on the Ghostbusters trailer. It's not a good freaking trailer. It's just so much disappointment, because they started off 30 years ago, and then they cut to the new actors. But still, they need to freaking find their own merits, because right now, what I gotta say is, thank you everybody for watching this rant. This is an interesting rant. I hope you guys enjoy, and more rants coming to you in the near future. Peace, bye.